Why are you not taking advantage of the corner market? Do you have limited knowledge about it? Is it because it is a less popular betting option? Or you just don't know anything about it? Well, that is about to change now, as you will learn how to win with one of the easiest betting options in this video. So why is the corner market gaining attention among bettors? Well, it's a bit different from regular betting options. Corner bets give us a cool way to look at the game. You see, they're like hidden chances waiting to be discovered. A corner kick is awarded when the defending team is the last to touch the ball before it crosses the defending team's goal line, but not into the goal, either on the ground or in the air. The attacking team then takes a kick from the corner arc nearest to where the ball went out of play. And guess what? Knowing a defending team and an attacking team gives you a real advantage. So, let's dive in and give you real examples of how to predict the corner market. Using the England Premier League as a case study, let's predict their upcoming matches. The number one game on our list is Manchester City versus Brentford. Manchester City being the home team and Brentford being the away team. So the first thing you need to do is to check Manchester City's last 5 games at home in the Premier League and take note of the corners played and conceded in each match. Here they are: Manchester City versus Chelsea, 12-1 corners. Manchester City versus Everton, 9-0 corners. Manchester City versus Burnley, 7-3 corners. Manchester City versus Sheffield United, 12-2 corners. And Manchester City versus Crystal Palace, 6-1 corners. This shows Manchester City has played an average of 8 corners and conceded an average of 1 corner in their last 5 home games, making it an average total of 9 corners per game. The second thing you need to do is to check Brentford's last 5 games away in the Premier League and take note of the corners played and conceded in each match. Here they are: Wolves versus Brentford, 7-4 corners. Tottenham versus Brentford, 5-3 corners. Crystal Palace versus Brentford, 7-4 corners. Sheffield United versus Brentford, 3-3 corners. And Brighton versus Brentford, 7-3 corners. This shows Brentford has conceded an average of 6 corners and played an average of 3 corners in their last 5 away games, making it an average total of 9 corners per game. This is a very straightforward bet, with the stats showing Team 1, Manchester City, scoring more corners at home, and Team 2, Brentford, conceding many corners away. The best option to go for is Team 1 over 4.5 corners, Team 1 over 5.5 corners, or Team 1 over 6.5 corners. Additionally, you can go for a total of over 6.5 corners, a total of over 7.5 corners, or a total of over 8.5 corners, as they both average 9 or more corners per game. Remember to keep it safe, as it is better to win small rather than lose your money. The number 2 game on our list is Liverpool versus Luton Town. Liverpool being the home team and Luton Town being the away team. As previously, the first thing you need to do is to check Liverpool's last 5 games at home in the Premier League and take note of the corners played and conceded in each match. Here they are: Liverpool versus Burnley, 9-3 corners. Liverpool versus Chelsea, 8-1 corners. Liverpool versus Newcastle United, 7-3 corners. Liverpool versus Arsenal, 4-5 corners. And Liverpool versus Manchester United, 12-0 corners. This shows Liverpool has played an average of 8 corners and conceded an average of 2 corners in their last 5 home games, making it an average total of 10 corners per game. Also, the second thing you need to do is to check Luton Town's last 5 games away in the Premier League and take note of the corners played and conceded in each match. Here they are: Newcastle United versus Luton Town, 8-2 corners. Burnley versus Luton Town, 2-8 corners. Sheffield United versus Luton Town, 9-4 corners. Brentford versus Luton Town, 7-5 corners. And Manchester United versus Luton Town, 11-3 corners. This shows Luton Town has conceded an average of 7 corners and played an average of 4 corners in their last 5 away games, making it an average total of 11 corners per game. This is also a very good and straightforward bet, with the stat showing Team 1, Liverpool, scoring more corners at home, and Team 2, Luton Town, conceding many corners away. The best option to go for is Team 1 over 4.5 corners, Team 1 over 5.5 corners, or Team 1 over 6.5 corners. Likewise, you can go for a total of over 6.5 corners, a total of over 7.5 corners, or a total of over 8.5 corners, as they both average 10 or more corners per game. Do you know you can make other people win easily as well? By liking this video, it will reach a wide range of people, which in turn makes them win easily after watching the video. I'm sure they already say thank you as you hit the like button. Going to the number 3 game on our list, which is Manchester United versus Fulham. Manchester United being the home team and Fulham being the away team. Checking Manchester United's first 5 games at home in the Premier League. Manchester United versus West Ham United, 5-8 corners. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur, 8-13 corners. Manchester United versus Aston Villa, 3-6 corners. Manchester United versus Bournemouth, 10-4 corners. And Manchester United versus Chelsea, 12-4 corners. This shows Manchester United has played an average of 7 corners and conceded an average of 7 corners in their last 5 home games, making it an average total of 14 corners per game. Checking Fulham's first 5 games away in the Premier League. Burnley versus Fulham, 2 to 13 corners. Chelsea vs Fulham, 6 to 4 corners. Bournemouth vs Fulham, 6 to 5 corners. Newcastle United vs Fulham, 5 to 1 corners. And Liverpool vs Fulham, 3 to 4 corners. This shows Fulham has conceded an average of 4 corners and played an average of 5 corners in their last 5 away games, making it an average total of 9 corners per game. The safe option to go for is Team 1 over 3.5 corners, or Team 1 over 4.5 corners, as Manchester United tends to play a significant amount of corners at home but also concede a lot, which makes it good to go for Team 2 over 2.5 corners or Team 2 over 3.5 corners as well. Let's not stay in the England Premier League alone. Let's make use of another league as a case study as well, using the Italy Serie A as an example. Let's make use of Sassuolo vs Empoli match. Checking Sassuolo's first 5 games at home in the Serie A. Sassuolo vs Torino, 5 to 4 corners. Sassuolo vs Fiorentina, 1 to 8 corners. Sassuolo vs Genoa, 3 to 6 corners. Sassuolo vs Roma, 1 to 11 corners. And Sassuolo vs Salernitana, 11 to 0 corners. This shows Sassuolo has played an average of 4 corners and conceded an average of 6 corners in their last 5 home games, making it an average total of 10 corners per game. Checking Empoli's first 5 games away in the Serie A. Salernitana vs Empoli, 4 to 8 corners. Juventus vs Empoli, 6 to 7 corners. Verona vs Empoli, 5 to 9 corners. Cagliari vs Empoli, 8 to 6 corners. And Torino vs Empoli, 6 to 4 corners. This shows Empoli has conceded an average of 6 corners and played an average of 6 corners in their last 5 away games, making it an average total of 12 corners per game. The safe option to go for is Team 2 over 3.5 corners or Team 2 over 4.5 corners, as Empoli tends to play a significant amount of corners away. Also, you can go for a total of over 6.5 corners, a total of over 7.5 corners, or a total of over 8.5 corners, as they both average 10 or more corners per game. It is a fact that teams employing aggressive attacking strategies and focusing on wide attacks tend to win more corner kicks as they press forward into the opponent's half. Research through a bunch of teams and leagues to find out which teams play more corners and note them down to take advantage of them and win constantly with them. Which leads us to Rangers in the Scotland Premiership. They tend to play a lot of corners when at home, and their last 5 games at home in the Scotland Premiership are Rangers vs Ross County, 20 to 3 corners. Rangers vs Aberdeen, 13 to 2 corners. Rangers vs Livingston, 14 to 0 corners. Rangers vs Kilmarnock, 7 to 5 corners. And Rangers vs Johnston, 9 to 2 corners. The same thing applies to Celtic from the same league with some amazing start at home. Celtic vs Kilmarnock, 8 to 4 corners. Celtic vs Ross County, 7 to 7 corners. Celtic vs Livingston, 14 to 0 corners. Celtic vs Hearts, 18 to 3 corners. And Celtic vs Hibernian, 11 to 4 corners. It is much better to already have in place the teams that you already know and just check up on them from time to time. The best 3 corner options we recommend are: 1. Total corners full time. This is the total number of corners played by both teams in the entire match. 2. Team 1 corners full time. This is the total number of corners played by the home team in the entire match. And lastly, Team 2 corners full time, which is the total number of corners played by the away team in the entire match. There is one thing to know how to predict the corner kicks market, and there is another thing to know where to play it. Because of how easy it is to win the corner market, many bookmakers, especially the popular ones, don't offer this option, and if they do, it is just for a few leagues, which is why I recommend 1xBet, because they offer so much more than the rest. Having said that, many people do have difficulty registering and downloading the 1xBet app on their mobile phones. Worry no more, as we already provide you with a video about how to download and install the 1xBet app easily on your phone, be it Android or iPhone. Go watch now and start your journey of easy bets. Do not forget to always bet responsibly and only bet with what you can afford to lose. See you there.